with Star Wars Galaxies, what they didn't understand was, you invest time creating a character, and when I think it was Sony Online Entertainment, but when the publisher says, we're effectively throwing away the game we have and starting over with the underlying rule set, people kind of turn around and say, well, you just screwed everything up. What's the incentive for me to play another 3 years reinvesting in my characters again? And that's one of the reasons why that game just went belly up, because most people just turned around and said, I've done it once, I don't want to have to do it again. And the problem with it, the problem I found with one of my characters was, I now had an archetype rather than a bunch of professions. Okay, fine. But my archetype had to do a whole new set of quest lines to level up. And I couldn't do them because I'd already messed up things like my Hutt faction on Tatooine. The Hutts would not talk to me, and now with my new profession I had to do quests for the Hutts. And not an option. They won't talk to me because I've screwed up my faction alignment with them. And you could level up relatively quickly doing quests for your progression quests, or you could go out looking for harmless critters and killing them. But it took 20 times longer killing critters than it did doing quests. And I just said, I'm not wasting that amount of time to get my character back to where it should, it used to be, where I could actually raid with it. And so, we quit the game at that point. It was sort of too much hassle, and then Sony shut it down, so no big deal. We stayed with EverQuest 2 for a long time, but eventually we got to the point where they would release an expansion. The expansion introduced new coins. You needed to spend the new coins on the new class armor. And you had to earn so many coins to earn a full set of armor. And it just became repetitive. I'm doing this. I'm killing giants for the next 6 months to earn coins to earn my new set of armor. Oh, I'm killing lizards this month to do exactly for the next 6 months to do exactly the same thing and earn another 10 levels and earn the new sets of coins to earn the new armor. And I just no. You do that for a couple of years and you just end up with it's the same thing over and over again. I'm not bothered. Do that bit there. I guess spot herbiciding is the way to do it. Looks like there's a patch there and a patch there, but that doesn't spread evenly by the looks of it. And it's kind of now got to the point where, to be fair, MMORPGs really are a case of go out and kill rabbits until you level up. And the rabbits are just different shaped pixels depending what game you play. You play Star Wars or Star Trek Online and you're killing Borg and Romulans and Klingons, and if you're playing, whatever, you just end up doing the same things. Like playing Farm Sim isn't spending your time doing the same things. But I mean, I play, World of Warships, which is a PvP game. I think we'll stick this tank in there instead, since it's sealed and kind of looks a bit plasticky, so hopefully it won't be leaking fertilizer everywhere. And forwards. I could sell the eggs, I guess. Yeah, we've still got no contracts. How about we go and sell some eggs? Eggs. There's the eggs. That's the best price for eggs. We'll turn on the bat signal. Okay, we'll open the map. Oh, okay, so down the main street, turn left over the bridge, and it's over there somewhere. Okay, and since we want to take eggs with us, we're going to need a carry-all. Since you can't put Farm Sim 19 controls, not Farm Sim 17 controls. Since I don't have anything better to use, probably put the medium or large, wide wheels back on the tractor sometime. We are going to have to buy a tipper, a proper tipper, because when we get to harvesting, this little tray is not going to work for us. There we go. Okay, let's head for the store. I'm going to head out the side gate. Right, I'm in general with Farm Sim 19 playing with seasons, I will tend to not worry too much about putting down herbicide. It's just that one field was getting quite heavily populated with weeds, and then while I was at it, I might as well do the other one. But yeah, a lot of the time, you look at my third field, number 37, there's no weeds on there, and if a patch of weeds grew, I wouldn't bother, because it's good enough. That sounds like someone's following me. Oh yeah. I mean, it really does seem to me a lot of the time, weeds seem to be an optional problem. Yes. Yeah, so you could spray right at the beginning of the year if you felt that way, and then plant your crops. But it's not like the base game where the weeds come and the weeds infect every single field, 100% of every single field. So you really kind of have to deal with them. In with seasons running, you can ignore them if you want. Okay, here we are. So how much are we going to make with the eggs? Don't break. Yay. Okay, 458 harvest. Let's put the tail down. There we go. So yeah, I mean it's like, what have we got? See, this field is quite badly infested. This field is 2. This field here. Patch there, patch there, patch there. I wouldn't bother spraying herbicide on that entire field for the amount of weeds there are on it. This field's badly infested. I mean, for the most part on this map, it looks like we're having quite a bad infestation of weeds where they're happening, and they're not. See, negligible on 119, but that bit there probably failure to germinate, or yeah, germination failed. So within seasons you can end up with failure to germinate, or what's the other one that happens? Normally once the crop starts growing, if there is not enough rainfall, patches of crop will die out. I had that on the old Stream Farm playthrough. But really they're tiny little patches. And so the way I look at it, tiny little patches of weeds it's just as bad as having germination failure or crops failing to grow. It's not a big deal. So yeah, don't worry about it. It's a minor loss in income rather than in the main game a major loss in income, because you just lost 15% of your entire field. Whereas here, you're losing 15% of a tiny part of your field. And also, it kind of makes up for it because you can fertilise the crops 3 times. So I'm guessing that's giving you another plus 25%, which you don't get in the base game. So fertilise everything, and you can possibly ignore minor outcroppings of weeds. Now, as time goes by, because you cultivate the weed, or you can plough the weeds in, but they will immediately regrow at the stage they're at. So if there are weeds to the left there are stage 1, you can use a weeder on them. But once they start flowering, you must use herbicide to kill them. And you can plough them in, but they'll come back immediately with flowers on top. So over the course of time, you will eventually end up with weeds in, over the entire field. And at that point, you're probably going to have to make a decision to deal with them. Oh, I got speed set to 1 again. Okay. Is this the farm? This is the farm. Do I have any wheat in the silo? Where's the silo out pipe? Here. Gonna have to look from above to figure this one out. Oh, we do have wheat. Good. Oh, excuse me. I've got an itch at the top of my mouth, inside my mouth. I'm trying to scratch it with my tongue. So yeah, that big field, 38, we should not get any weeds on that for the rest of the year. As soon as we plough it, there can be weeds again. So open that, tip that up. Oh, that's not good. I was just going to say, I wonder if that works as a shovel. Well, I guess that answers that question. It works as a shovel. Good to know. Where is it? Cool. So, this thing is a little bit more, what's the word for it? Versatile than I actually thought it was going to be. So empty the chicken feed back in there. I can turn the blinking light off. So yeah, we don't have a front loader on this tractor. So I don't have access to a bucket, except it seems that I actually do. Because this platform works as one. And we also have the pallet forks, 3-point hitch pallet forks in there as well. Okay, so still contracts, still no contracts. Good grief. Well, midday. Let's speed up time. I'm going to stick the tractor back in the shed for now. I wonder how our equipment's stacking up. Okay, that's the cultivator. That's in the worst condition, and that's still not bad. Poor that tractor's been running 14 hours so far. Chickens strutting with stuff. So how are we doing with those? So we won't get any more chickens till tomorrow. Fertile. So our 2.3 kilogram chickens are all mature. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. So we're going to end up with 6 more chickens. Probably in the, oh, we just got one and a new one. Dang. Really? Is that a new chicken? Cool. Okay, I thought, I up until this point, I actually thought that animals reproduced overnight. But it seems they reproduce at any time of day. So 4 o'clock, we've got to wait till 9 o'clock before we can sleep. And I need to check the contracts again. Ah, we have contracts. Slow down time. If I could slow down time. And they're fertilizer contracts again. 111. do that one. Actually, these are a good set of fertilizer contracts. They pay well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Except the top one. Go and grab our tractor. Well. And fertilizer spreader happens to be in front of us, so we'll use that. Nip next door again to get more fertilizer. I can probably get away with just using the narrow tyres for now. There we go. Okay, let me know when you come back and we'll talk about animal breeding and reproduction and stuff. In the meantime, I want to go 111. It's back across the way next to where we just sold the eggs. Oops, sorry dude. So the time we've really had problems with the tractor is when we were hauling the cultivator, which apparently only needs, thanks dude, 45 horsepower to haul around. Problem is, this is not good. Okay. Okay, you're not going good. Yeah, I only needed 45 horsepower to pull the cultivator around. The problem I was finding was that the wheels were slipping. And the only way we could overcome that was with wide tyres and wheel weights, which put more weight on the ground, which allowed the tractor to overcome the friction on the that the cultivator was producing. But with this sort of thing, we can run around the field no problems with just regular, or even not even regular, narrow tyres. So that is what we will do. Okay, this is the left turn. There is a Shell fuel station mod in the list. I take it we're talking the multiplayer on Friday. But the map contains a whole bunch of stuff, doesn't it? And we we're going to 111, which is right where that cement truck is. Okay, what am I doing? So if all the production is embedded in the map, then it's just a case of how much, how big the map is, and how much space is being paid for on the server. I'm running around the outside of the field, so I don't have to waste so much on the neighbours' fields. So doing at least a couple of these contracts should get us back to where we were money-wise before we did the service and bought the liquid tank and stuff. Herbicide stuff. Not sure how much of this field we're going to miss here. Whether it'll be sufficient for the contract or whether we're going to have to waste a whole ton of it. Come on, give me a message. There we go. Okay, so 111 done. Guessing 119 is close by. Or not. I need to find a field button. Oh, 119 is 18, 20. 119 is over there. That's a long way away. 128, 137. 137 is there. What's the other one? 128 is there. So I guess we can do 137.